so quickly, you are simply gonna look at introduction to just a brief look at HTML and CSS, maybe PHP, because we are gonna use it in our WordPress. You understand? That's why we are looking at it. You understand? But it's gonna be a very simple class. We are not spending so much time on it. It's gonna be a very simple class. We are not spending so much time on it. Okay. So let's say that you're a very new programmer, and we are starting with Notepad, isn't it? So let's try and write out the simple or basic syntax of HTML. What do we write first? Help me out, class. HTML, isn't it? Then we'll go down very well and we'll do the what? Closing tag of the HTML, isn't it? So that's the first thing. And I told us that this is similar to our head, tip of our head and tip of our toe, isn't it? Then if you come into the body of human being, what do you see? You see two major divisions. The first division is the what? Head. So the first division is the head. That's why we have head, and the head must be opening and what? Closing. And to know the closing, we have to put a slash. So what is the next division after the head? The next division is the what? Body. So this very body, the same way, is going to have the opening and what? Opening and closing. Good. Now, inside the head, like I told us, we have the most important organ there inside the head. And what is that most important organ inside the head? Like I said before, we are using the eye as the most important. And here, the eye here is going to be the what? Title. So what's going to be the title of this web? So we're going to call it my web. So I'm going to close the title by simply saying title. Now, inside the body, that's where we now have the rest of the things. And what are we going to have? I'm going to simply type out what? This is my first website. So this is the first website we are creating. So to save this, you simply go and click on File, Save As. So when you click on Save As, I'm going to save this with what? Index.html. That's what I'm saving it with. And this index.html is on the desktop. So once you save with index.html, make sure that you come here and change to all files. Very important before you now save. So if I save like that, I come to my desktop, I will see it here, index. Can you see it on my desktop? So I simply double click on it. So when I double click on it, it's going to open. So that is the first website I've done in HTML. Very, very important. So if you're starting programming new, HTML is the basic thing you're supposed to learn. So that is how to create a simple website in HTML. So you can see this is my website now. It's opening up. You can see this index.html, and here you can see my web. But nothing is written here. That means there's an error in the code. So let me quickly check. Body, HTML, head, title. I did not close my what?
Body.
Okay.
After head.
After head. Oh, I did not put the other anchor bracket. So I'm going to now put it and do Control S to save. Then once I come here, once you make any changes, just refresh here. So you can see it here. This is my first website. So I've done my first website. So this is my first website that I have here. This thing, it comes in the body. But this title, my web, comes here. This is where you see it. Are you looking at what I'm pointing? This is where you see it. So any changes that you keep making here, it will be coming out here. So as a programmer, you work on the editor. The editor we are using here is Notepad, but very soon we are going to migrate to VS Code, but it's just the same thing. Once you work here, you see it here. So let me come to this body and quickly put BG color, which is background color, to be equal to red. So if I save by doing Control S, then if I come back to this place and refresh, I'm going to see that my background will turn into red. bg color equal to red. Is that what I did? Bg color equal to red, okay? So that is right. If I save, and I come here and refresh, you can see that my background color is red. Can you see that? Okay. So if I get back to this again, then up here, I'm gonna simply write something, and I'm gonna put it inside the center tag. So I'm gonna put something inside, and what I'm gonna have inside the center tag is Tclassified online school. So we are building this website for Tclassified online. So I'm going to close this center tag. So make sure once you open a tag, you close. So I'm going to do Control S. Then I'm going to come here, refresh. You can see Tclassified online school is now centered. Can you see it? So anything you will do on the notepad, it comes out the other side. So I'm going to change it. This is online.
Hello, sir. Your screen is not full.
Okay, my screen is not full. So where is missing? Which side is missing out? Should I take
Left
out
side.
this? Is it this side?
No, left side.
Okay, you're not seeing my left side. Can you see this is my first website? Let me change the size. What of you people, are you seeing everything on my screen? Everything. Okay, they say it's from your own side that they are seeing everything here. Ola? Is it Ola or Remy? Is it Ola or Remy? Ola, are you the person calling my phone? Please, nobody should call my phone. I'm using my phone line, my phone data for this now. So I think Ola or somebody was calling me now on phone. Please, if you want to ask me questions, just ask me on Zoom. Please, can you people see me now? My screen is showing. Good. So do we continue? Ola, are you okay? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So let's continue. You can see this place that we have Tclassified.com. I want it bold. So to put bold, I simply put the B tag. That will make it bold. So I open and closing B tag. So if I save now by doing Control S, I come back here and refresh. I can see now Tclassified.com online school is now bolding up. So those are the things you can do very quickly. Then another thing I can do now is that I can now say, instead of saying this is my first website, okay, I can now come down by putting the BR. BR simply makes it to break. So I want it to be on a second line, so I can simply type in something. So what do I want to type? I can simply say this is Tclassified.com online school where students can learn with their phone and computers with the help of internet. Okay, so that's what I have now. So if I save Control S, then I come back here and refresh. So you can see it is now here. This is Tclassified.com online school where students can learn with their phone and computers with the help of internet. So you can see anything the programmer is doing on the editor, it comes out in the browser. So that is how you can develop websites very, very fast using HTML. But that's not the only thing we are going to be looking at. We are going to be looking at more things. So now I want more pages. Website is composed of plenty web pages. It's not just one web page. So I'm going to create more web pages. So to do that, I'll minimize this. So you can see where my index is. But I'm going to now create a new folder that will contain this. And this is what you do whenever you want to build a website. Your website is actually a big folder containing all the web pages. So what's going to be the name of this folder? I'm going to call it just Tclass. So that means my domain name is www.tclass.com. So I'm going to move my index into this Tclass by just dragging it in. So now everything is now inside Tclass. So if I double click this Tclass, I'm going to see my index. So a website is not supposed to have only one web page. It's supposed to have plenty of web pages. So I'm going to simply copy this, my index. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it, Control V, paste it up to 4 times. So I now have 4 of it. So this first one, I'm going to rename it to About Us. About Us, written together. So this is my About Us page, aboutus.html. The other one, I'm going to rename it to Services. And this last one, I'm going to rename it to Contact Us. So these are the web pages that I have. So I'm going to try to link up all these web pages. That's what I'm going to try to do. So to do that, I'm going to come to this index page. And I'll put the link. So how do you put the link? So to put the link, there's a code that you use. It is called a space href equal to the name of the file you're linking to. The first file is what? Index.html. Okay. So, and I'm going to call this very folder home, or this very link home. Then I'm going to close the ahref tag. So this same thing, because there are 4 pages that I have, I'm going to simply copy this, then come down, paste, come down again, paste, come down again, and paste. So I'm now having 4. So instead of index, what's the next thing I have? I created what? About Us, isn't it? So this About Us is going to have the name in capital letter, About space Us. Then what's the next thing I have after About Us? I have what? I have Services. So after Services, what's the next thing? I have what? I have Contact Us. So those are the things I have. So inside here is supposed to be in small letter, services.html. Then inside here is supposed to be what? Contact us.html. So that is what I have now. If I press the enter key and save, then I come back now and do what? Refresh. So I'm going to see, you can see I'm having links here. So it's there. It has small errors. So I'm going to quickly check it out. So contact us about, okay, this. I have to put the anchor bracket here. So if I save now, come back again, you can see I'm having these. These are our links. But currently, you can link to only home. So if you go to About Us, it's still the same thing, but you cannot link back. So to enable me to link back, I'm going to quickly get back to the code. This is what I have now. So you have index linking to index, About Us linking to About Us, services linking to services, contact us linking to contact us, and everything working well. So what I need to do for all the pages to be linked, I'm just going to copy this. And you can see that our home page is red. Our home page is what in color? Red. So when I go back to the folder that I have, Tclass folder, I'm going to open services with Notepad by right-clicking and saying open with Notepad. So if you are not seeing Notepad, please choose another app so that you can scroll down and check for your Notepad. So once you click on Notepad, click OK, it will open. So once it opens, just the same position where you have it in the other place, paste that code there, those linking codes. You can see this is all of them. I've just pasted them. I'm going to change the color of the services to what? Let me change it to yellow. Then I do Control S to save. Then I'm going to close it up. Then open About Us also by right clicking and saying open with Notepad. get to the same position, paste, and when I paste, I also send the background color so that when I'm clicking, you will be noticing the difference. What should I tell? Which color? Green. Then I'm gonna save and close it up. Then finally, I'm gonna open what? Contact us by right clicking and saying what? Open with Notepad. Then coming to the same position. Then I'm gonna paste. So once I paste it there, I'm gonna also change the color to what? Blue. I don't have blue yet, huh? So I'll now do Ctrl S to save. So once you're done doing this now, if you refresh this page, you can be able to go to all these pages. So I click on home, click on about us. My about us is not linking. I have about us.html. Okay, it's inside desktop, but my about us is not in this desktop. Where is it? So I'm gonna wholly close this in home. So get back to my T class, then open it from inside here. So this is the index. Oh, okay. So I've been working on another index ever since. So I'm going to close this index and just get to the folder so that I make sure I'm working from here. I'm going to open this index here. Open with Notepad. You can see that the code is not there. That's why it's not performing well. So I'll do Ctrl V to paste this here. Then I'm going to what? Save. So once you save now, everything should work properly. So if I refresh, you can see all the links. If I click on home, about us, you can see it's now green. If I click on services, it's now yellow. If I click on contact us, you can see that the links are working perfectly. So that is how you bring in link by using Ahref. So that is, you are now having 4 web pages in our website, which is very perfect and good. Okay, so let's continue. So let me get back to this. So I'm gonna right click on this index and open it up with what? Notepad again, so that I can continue making changes. So what other changes can we make now? We can bring in a photo. So what's the code to bring in a photo? So I'm gonna say just below this, this is my first website. I'm gonna write the code to bring in a photo. To bring in a photo, you simply say, I put the anchor bracket and say img image src source. So what is the source of the image? The source is gonna be pic1.jpg. That's the image. So I'm gonna do right, and I'm gonna give it a width. I'll give this image a width of 200 so that it will not be too big, and I'll give it a height of 200. So that is the image. That's the tag, the element image if you want to bring it in. So once you do that, make sure that you have an image inside this place. So I'm gonna go to look for an image and call it pic1. So I'm gonna bring this government file that I have here. I'm gonna copy it, go to desktop, get to my file, which is Tclass. Then I'm gonna paste it here. But once I paste it, I'm gonna right click on it and change it to what? Pic1. Rename to what? Pic1. But you can see that this my image is a PNG file. It's not a JPEG. So I'll quickly go back to my code and make sure that I change this to not just JPEG, but dot what? PNG. So I'll save. So I only put this image on index.html. So if I refresh and go back to index.html, which is home, I should be able to see. Can you see the image? The image is here now, but it's on the same line as this is Tclassified, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to put a break after the image so that this can go on the next page. So I simply get back to here. So this is where I have so this image, after the image, I simply put BR tag. Then I do Ctrl S to save. And if I refresh again, so you can see everything is now good. So you can actually go to any of these links and come back to your home. So that's how you do this basic thing. Isn't it lovely? I'm going to look at a different thing now. I'm going to introduce you to CSS. I'm going to introduce you to what? CSS. So in your files, you're going to have your HTML, and you're going to have your CSS. So one CSS file can actually manage everything here. So to create a CSS file, I'm going to simply use this to create it. So I'm going to do Control S to save and Control N, new. So we want to style our work. So how do we style our work? How does CSS work? So let's say we want to style the body. So the element that you want to style, that's what you write first. So I want to style the body. So I simply write body. So once you write the body because that's what you want to style, I will open and close a curly bracket. So inside this body curly bracket, that's where I'm going to write all the codes that will style this body. So what do I want to be done to this body? So I can give this body a background color. You know that we gave our background color using BG inside. But now I want to do it using CSS, which is the best way to do it. So I'll simply say background space color. That's how you write it. Then you put a colon. Then you put the color that you want. So let's say I want light blue. That's the color I want. Light blue. Then you put a semicolon once you're done. So this is how you style. So this is a CSS file. If you want to save it, you simply click on Save As, File Save As. So make sure you save it inside the same folder, Tclass folder. That's our website. So what will be the name? We are saving it with style.css because it's a CSS file. If it is HTML, it has to be .html. If it is a Python file, it has to be .py. So I come down here and click on all files. Then I click on save. So this is our CSS file. So we're going to introduce some tags inside our home page so that we can style them. So I'll quickly go back to my index.html by what? Right clicking and saying what? And saying open with notepad. So I want to put a paragraph tag. So let me enclose this. This is Tclassified blah 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 that I load. Let me put it in a paragraph tag. Paragraph is simply p tag. So at the end, I'm supposed to also put that p tag. This is where it ended. So I'll close the paragraph tag by doing like this. So that is the paragraph tag. So it's already there. Paragraph tag, you use it when you just want to write something that you can style in feature. So under this, just above the paragraph tag, I want to have something written. So what do I want to write there? And I want to put that thing in H1. So I want to put it in the H1 tag. So what do I want to write? I want to simply write the best online school in Nigeria. So that is what Tclassified is, the first online school in Nigeria. So I'm going to put that and I'm going to save. So if I save this and come here and refresh, so you are seeing it is bigger, the best online school in Nigeria, and this is the paragraph tag. So spelling of school, you can easily see there, it's not good. So I'm going to quickly go back. Best online school. So this will be C. So I now have a paragraph tag, a paragraph element and a H1 element. So two of them now, I want to style them inside the style sheet. So to style them, what do? I have to bring them in. So how do I bring them in? Just the way I brought in body. So I'm going to have H1. So once you put your H1, what next do? You put the what? Curly bracket, opening and what? Closing. Then you enter inside it and press the enter key 2 times. Then you can now write in what you want to, how you want to style. So what do you want to style in the H1? First of all, I want to change the color of anything that I wrote inside that H1. The font color, I want to change it to white. So how do you change to white? Simply write white. It knows how to see that. But I want to do another thing. I also want to align the text. So to align the text, simply say text what? Align. So text align. Where am I aligning the set? I want to align all the text to the center. You can see that the H1 is by the side, but you see after this, it will come to the center. So I simply say what? Center. That's how you align. So I've done 2 formatting to that. So finally, I want to format my p tag. To format my P tag, what do? I bring in the P. Then I also open my curly bracket, close it down, go into it, and press the enter key 2 times. Then come up again and write the code for what I want to do. So what do I want to do to the P tag? I want to change the font style of anything that is there. And to change the font style, you simply say what? Font family. That's the code for that. So which font family do I want it to be in? I want it to be in Verdana. Verdana. That's the font family. I put the semicolon. Then apart from that, I want to do another thing. I want to change the font size. So I want the size of everything written there to be of the size what? I want them to be on size 20 pixels. So it says simply say 20px. So with this, I've done the styling. So after doing the styling here, when you get back to your index.html, you will not need to be putting all these BG color, red, and all those things. You don't need them. So I'm simply going to remove this BG color, background color, because in the style sheet, cascading style sheet, I've taken care of this already. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to say Control S. But for this very page, this index.html, for it to see what you've written in your style.css, you have to link it up. And you know that initially when I was talking about this, I said that the only thing, the most important thing in the head is the title. But we'll now find out that we can also put the link to the, what's it called? Link to the style sheet. So what's the code for bringing in the link to the style sheet? Class, help me out with this. Joshua, what's the code?
A tag.
What?
AH.
No, it's not.
Ahref.
It's not Ahref. Ahref is what? Huh?
Li.
EL. No? It's link rel. Check it out. Check it out. I want somebody that will give me that. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I give you people this note the other time. I don't think you people are reading up, and it's so bad. Yeah, is there anybody on the audience that can give me the code to bring in what we've written? Sharp, sharp. Let me see a smart student. If you're calling, I'll be writing.
Link.
Thank you. Somebody's already helping us. Link rel,
Style sheets.
No, you've not finished. I just wrote only link. What's the next thing? Rel. You didn't say rel. Who knows this very well that can give us, yeah? Just are you with it now? Kashmir? Okay.
Link rel equals.
What?
Then
Name of what I want to
quotation
start.
mark.
Okay.
Quotation mark.
Okay.
Style sheet.
Okay.
Style sheet. Then the type.
Style sheet.
Yes, the end of quotation.
Okay.
Then space type equals text/css.
Type equal to text
Quotation again. Text/css.
slash.
CSS.
Okay. What else?
Is in quote. Is in quote. That text/css is in quote.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
What else?
Then href equals to quotation.
Okay.
Then the name of the CSS
okay.
file.
Style.css.
I think that's all.
Okay. Who is giving us this? Is it Ibokwe?
Ibokwe.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good. So let's save this and rerun this by refreshing. You can see that it's effective now. This is light blue. We're now having light blue. And the best online school is now at the center. Can you see that? And you can see that the font here has changed. You can see it's looking so beautiful now because we've been able to change this to white. All the things we did here are now effective. Can you see? What's our background color? Light blue. Then we have what? We have the color of the hedge one to be white and it's centered to the middle. Then the P is in the font family of Verdana. This is Verdana font style, and the font style is 20. So everything is looking pretty much good. So that's how you use styles, cascading styles in CSS to work on your website. So what is basically happening is that you're making this website to look more beautiful by using the style sheet. So we can add up more things in this style sheet while keep making this to look better. So if I click the next page, you can see that they are not looking the same because I only connected the style sheets to this one. So if I want this about us to still have the same thing, what do I do? Very simply, I simply go back to this, copy this very line of code that is linking it, which is link rel style sheet type text / CSS, then href equal to style.css. So once I copy it and I get back to my folder, then I open my about us by right clicking and saying open with notepad. Then if I come to just below the title, I can put that code. So if I put it there and say Ctrl S, then it will have that. So when I go and refresh again, click on my home, click on my about us, you can see now it's now having the same color. You understand? And you know that your website should have the same color, isn't it? Why I gave the initial different color is that I want you to know that the link is working. So you can see what we have now. We are having a very sweet website that is well linked with the various pages. So I'm going to leave you guys to do some assignments. I want you to develop your home page, write more things under online school, write more things under about us, write more things under services, write more things under contact us. So develop that and we are going to continue from there. So in our next class, we are going to rush straight into WordPress installation. Make sure that you have XAMPP. So I'm going to simply go to services. Everybody, let's get to services. Right click on the services and open it in Notepad. So under these services in Notepad, I'm going to quickly paste that code that will link it. Okay, that's the code. Then I'm going to come under these, this is my first website. I'm going to write requirements. So I'm going to put it in a head one tag. So under head one tag, what am I going to write? I'm going to write what? Requirements for our WordPress. So these are the things you need before you can do our WordPress. Requirements for our WordPress. So I'm going to list out some things that you need. One of them is going to be that you should have XAMPP.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. Yes.
Apart from
XAMPP. Now, who's saying now good?
Who is making that noise?
You think give somebody make it now, give and take.
Who is the person talking? Okay, let's continue. So we need to have XAMPP. Then, okay, let me explain what you're supposed to do, everybody, before the class. So once you have your XAMPP, the first thing you do when you want to start installing your WordPress, you need to create a database. But before you create the database, you need to make sure you start the services. Start the services on the XAMPP desktop app. So what are those services that you need to start? You need to start the Apache server. And you need to also start the what? MySQL. So start the two of them. Then go to what? Please, who is echoing? So after starting the server, what next do? You have to go to phpMyAdmin. So go to phpMyAdmin and create the database. You understand? So once you are done creating the database, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Then what do you do next? You can now run your installation. Install your WordPress. Yes. So you're going to ask me, where do we install this WordPress? How do you do it? Please. Like I told you guys that you have to download WordPress from. Please mute yourself. Joshua, you're not muting yourself. Okay. Once you install your WordPress, once you download from where? WordPress.org. That's where you go. Please don't go to WordPress.com. Go to WordPress.org. If you finish downloading, are we listening? If you finish downloading, copy your download. That's what you people have not done. That is disturbing you. Copy your WordPress download to the htdocs in the htdocs in the XAMPP folder in your C drive. So copy it there. So once you've copied it there, that is where you can now run your installation from. Run your installation. But as you're running your installation, make sure that you're doing what? Make sure that you now impute the database details. So from what you created earlier. So that's what you're going to be doing. So you can see what I just wrote now. I'm going to put BR tags for all of them so that we'll look at the sounder services and see how this website is looking. So I'm going to come here, put BR, come here, put BR, come here, put BR, 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 BR. I'm going to scroll this one and also put BR here. So that's what we'll do. So I'm going to save this and then come here, refresh. Okay, so when I refresh, this is my home page looking very cute. About us looking very cute. And now finally services is looking cute. You can see it's having the same background. And it has given me the requirements for WordPress. Now, first of all, I have to get XAMPP, install it. Then once I finish installing, I have to start the services of what? Apache and MySQL. Then I have to go to my phpMyAdmin, create a database. Then I have to run my installation for my WordPress. So under that, what do I do? Download WordPress from wordpress.org, copy the downloaded file to htdocs inside XAMPP in our C drive, run my installation, imputing the details of the database, and that is how you create a WordPress website. So in the next class, I'm going to be practicalizing this so that all of you will see them and know them. Thank you.